Indices and indicial equations. Example 1. Simplify 10 times 3 raised 10 raised power of 3 times 10 raised power of 4. Solution. As we can see, they all share the same base, which is base 10. The first one carries power of 3, while the second one carries power of 4. And in between them is a multiplication sign. So since the multiplication sign, we write one base and then add the power. So it gives us 10 raised to the power of 3 times 10 raised to the power of 4 equal to 10 raised to the power of 3 plus 4, which eventually gives us 10 raised to the power of 7. Example 2. Simplify. Example 2. Simplify 10 raised to the power of 4 divided by 10. Solution. We all know that 10 raised to power 10 is same thing as 10 raised to the power of 1. So in our solution, we just add the power of 1 to it. That is 10 raised to the power of 4 divided by 10 raised to the power of 1. And in between the two, it is a division sign, which means we are going to subtract the power. The first rule is, since they have the same base, then we are that means we can apply indices. Then since in between the two bases is division sign, we are going to subtract the power as follows. So which is equal to 10 raised to the power of 4 minus 1, which is equal to 10 raised to the power of 3. Example 3. Simplify 8 raised to the power of 0. Solution. Any number that is being raised to the power of 0 is always equal to 1. Be it 1000, be it 1, be it 2, be it whatever number, the answer is always equal to 1. So let's continue. 8 raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1, and this can be proved. Proof that 8 raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Solution. 8 raised to the power of 1 divided by 8 raised to the power of 1 is equal to 8 raised to the power of 1 minus 1, which is same thing as 8 raised to the power of 0. Okay, having done that, we can also say that 8 all over 8, we all know that is equal to 1. Then that this implies that 8 divided by 8 is equal to 8 raised to the power of 1 divided by 8 raised to the power of 1, which is equal to 8. Since the base are equal and the sign between them is division, we subtract the power. That means 1 minus 1, which gives us 8 raised to the power of 0. So proves that that proves that 8 raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. That proves that 8 that is 8 raised to the power of 1 divided by 8 raised to the power of 1 is equal to 8 raised to the power 1 minus 1, because it's a division sign in between them. Then which is equal to 8 raised to the power of 0. So we can now put it this way by saying 8 divided by 8, we all know that it's equal to 1. And same thing as saying 8 divided by 8 is same thing as 8 raised power of 1 divided by 8 raised power of 1. And according to law of indices, since they share the same base, so that means 8 raised power of 1 minus 1 gives us 8 raised power of 0. So that proves that 8 raised power of 0 is equal to 1. The general law that enable us to answer example number 1 is this: x raised to power of a times x raised power of b is equal to, since they have the same base, which is x, they share the same base, which is x, then the power of the first value is a, while the power of the second value is b. A can be of any number, likewise b can be of any number. Therefore, according to law of indices, we represent it with 1, then we add the powers a plus b. So this is the general rule that provided us with the simplification of the example 1. Simplification of example 2, the general rule law that helps us in answering it is x raised to power a divided by x raised to power of b. Since they all have the same base, which is in x, and there is a division sign in between them, so we represent it with 1 according to law of indices. Then the power, since the division in between them, we subtract, which is a minus b. Okay, this is number 1. This is number 2. Number 3, x raised to power of 0 is equal to 1. This has already been proven. Okay, further example. Example 4. Simplify x raised to power of 3, then everything in bracket power of 2. Solution. One of the laws says that if there is a power inside and also a power outside, we multiply the two powers together. So it gives us x raised to power of 3 times 2, which is same thing as x raised to power of 6. Answer. Example 5. Simplify 2x raised to power of 3 times x times 3x raised to power of times 3x. Solution. We write the split is 2 times x raised to power of 3 times x times 3 times x raised times x. So we put all numbers in one. We put all numbers in one place. We put all number in one place. All figures in one place. That is 2 times 3. Then all letters in one place times x raised to power of 3 times x. 2 times 3 gives us 6 times x raised to power. This one is power of 1, this one is power of 1. That means 3 plus 1, which eventually gives us 2x raised to power of 5, the final answer. Let's proceed to example 6. Example 6. Simplify 4x raised to power of 3 times 2x raised to power of minus 1 times x raised to power of 2. Solution. Let's introduce multiplication and in between them. 4 times x raised to power of 3 times 2 times x raised to power of 1 times x raised to power of 2. Now all numbers, or should I say all digits, in one place, then all letters in other place. So it becomes 4 times 2 times x raised to the power of 3 times x raised to the power of minus 1 times x raised to the power of 2. 4 times 2 gives us 8. Since all these x have the same base, we represent it with 1, then and it is multiplication sign between them, we add the powers, which is 3 plus minus 1 plus 2. So it becomes x times x raised to the power of 3 minus 1 plus 2, which is x 8x raised to the power of 4.